If your goal is to build long-term wealth, there are certain things that you should stop buying or consider or cut back because they're a waste of money. And we all do it. We all waste money. It's easy to look back on what we spent the last year, the last month and think, man, I shouldn't have bought that. That was a total waste of money. I don't even use it. Those fancy golf clubs are in my garage and I've been out once in the last 5 years. May or may not be a true story. In this video, I'm going to share 8 things that you should stop buying that will help you grow your wealth faster and help you achieve financial freedom. Number 1 is kind of cliche. Everybody talks about it. It's those expensive coffee drinks. And one of the easiest places to cut back is spending so much money on coffee because, of course, a $5 latte or even more can add up to over $1,500 a year when you look back at the year and think, man, what could I do with $1,500? I could invest it. I could go on a vacation. Consumers spend $110 billion in coffee in 2022. I had to double check those numbers. Was that a B? Yeah, $110 billion in coffee in 2022. Women spend on average every year $2,300 on coffee, while men spend $400 less than that, about $1,900 on coffee. So don't get me wrong, I know everybody loves your coffee. Some people have already unsubscribed because I'm talking bad about coffee. But there are better ways to do it. Brew it at home or take a reasonable cup to the coffee shop. Those savings can add up over time, just cutting down or cutting it out entirely. So ask yourself, what could I do with that average of $2,000 a year that people are spending on coffee? That's a lot of money that you could invest or that you could spend somewhere else, paying down some debt. And this applies to all of the other 7 things. Think about the money that you spend on these items and how that you can reallocate some or all of that from some of these categories. Number 2 is brand name clothing. Designer clothing is pretty much the same as other clothing, but believe it or not, they're not always better. In fact, years ago when I was getting my MBA, I toured a factory in China that made luxury clothing that's sold in the US. And they take that same clothing made in the same factory and sell it under another brand name or a no-name brand name and sell it for much cheaper. So avoid brand names altogether. In most cases, you're not getting better quality. You can get things at a discount that don't have the brand name. And also you don't have to be a walking advertisement for companies putting their logo all over your shirts and clothes, which companies like The Gap love to do. It's basically just The Gap on a t-shirt and you end up paying more, although they're pretty cheap. So go for generic clothing you can get for a fraction of the cost. And if you love brand names, then look for sales, look for maybe a Black Friday or January or a discount seasonal promotions where you can get that. Take for example a t-shirt. I wear a t-shirt most days that's $10 that I get at Target. If you go to a lot of stores, I've seen the same similar t-shirt or even lower quality for $50. I saw one recently that was $150 for a t-shirt. Now that's nuts. That's just stupid, I think. There's a reason why the owner of the luxury brand LVMH is one of the richest people in the world, Bernard Arnault, is because the markups are huge. And if you're buying luxury brands, you're the one making them all the money. So take that money and put it in your bank account. Put it in investments instead. Okay, rant over. Number 3 is cable or satellite TV. So there are a lot of options on where you can get your entertainment. Most people over the last 10 years are cutting back or cutting out cable TV. The number of cable subscribers is going down every year. And on average, people have 4.5 subscriptions to Netflix, Amazon, Hulu, Peacock, whatever else there is. And they pay an average of $924 a year, almost $1,000 a year just for TV. So think about other ways you can do it. You can watch YouTube videos. You can go from 5 subscriptions down to 1 subscription. I bet that you have subscriptions that you're not even using. So regularly review that and ask how you can cut those down and maybe how you can watch less TV. Number 4 is eating out frequently. We all love to eat out. I'm not going to bag on eating out. It's convenient to eat out. It's very tasty, but the costs really add up, especially now that we've had all this inflation. Restaurant costs are through the roof. And what's more, is not very healthy. There are a lot of restaurants, and I'm not just not talking about fast food. Most restaurants are unhealthy because the food has a lot of carbs in it, and fat and sugar, and it's just not that great for you. Would you believe it that Americans spend on average $3,600 eating out per year per person, which comes out to about $300 a month. So this is a lot of money, $300 a month, that you can add up or put into your investments that will add up over time. So think about ways you can reduce eating out or take a break from eating out. If you're looking at paying off some debts, then make a goal that you're not going to eat out until that debt is paid. That's what my wife and I did when we were paying down our debts, when we got out of a lot of debt. We didn't go to a restaurant for almost 2 years. We didn't leave the state for 2 years. We didn't do anything for 2 years. And it allowed us to get out of a lot of debt. And also it's a lot healthier. Number 5 is lottery tickets. A lot of states have lottery tickets. There's a reason why they are called a tax on the poor. It's because you don't make any return, and it's generally poor people that are buying the tickets, and all that money goes to the government. State government makes a lot of money on those lottery tickets. And the odds of actually winning are very slim. And it's obviously not an investment, it's just entertainment. You're just throwing money away. So stop playing the lottery and put that money toward your debt or into your investments. Okay, so we're halfway through the list. Are there any that I'm missing? Please comment below. Let me know if you agree or disagree with any of these. As we move on to number 6, which is impulse purchases. It's easy to make unplanned purchases. The whole marketing structure of our consumer society is built around trying to get you to buy something, trying to get you to make an impulse purchase. Amazon developed the one-click checkout years ago they had a patent on it that expired a few years ago, and it was so profitable they made hundreds of millions of dollars by just engineering a way for you to click one time to buy something. And it's so easy. And everybody does this online and offline. When you go to check out at the grocery store, they've got things right there because they know you're going to grab stuff on the way out. So get in the habit of waiting 24 to 48 hours before buying any non-essential items. When you go to the store, especially the grocery store like Costco, make a list of what you're going to buy and stick to that list. Only buy that. And if you see something you just can't have, then wait until you go back next time. And chances are you're going to forget about it, or you're not going to need it or want it by the time you go back. If it's a really big purchase, then wait a week or more. And that will really help you cut down on the number of things you buy. Number 7 is expensive hobbies. I talked about golf at the beginning of this video. I actually don't golf. I don't have any golf clubs. But I do enjoy other hobbies which can be expensive. I live in a place where skiing is very popular. Skiing is so expensive. I don't ski anymore because the lift tickets cost over $150. Then you've got to buy all your equipment. Then you've got to pay for gas to go up to the resort. That money can really add up. Instead, I go running. I buy a pair of running shoes every few months. Cost me $100, and that's it. I don't have to buy anything else. I don't have to buy a pass to go out running on the road, and that can save a lot of money. It saves me a lot of money not skiing anymore. Number 8 is, of course, brand new vehicles. Buying a brand new vehicle can be one of the worst financial decisions you make. You drive off the lot and the vehicle loses 20 to 30% of its value instantly or in the first year. And of course, this has changed over the last few years as the value of used vehicles has held steadier through the pandemic. So check your local area and see if this applies for you, and consider buying a used good condition car. Can save you thousands of dollars. So if you can eliminate or cut back on 8 of these discretionary purchases, it can free up some cash flow and reinvest that cash flow into something else. If you cancel your Disney subscription or your Hulu, and you free up that $10, go to your bank account or your brokerage account and automatically have $10 automatically put into your brokerage account every month, and make it easy. Every time you cut something out, have that money redirected into your investments. And if you're not already maxing out your 401k, your IRA, putting some money in your brokerage account every month, then seriously consider cutting down on some of these 8 areas. Did I miss anything? Let me know. And especially if you agree or disagree with any of these 8, let me know. And if you're interested in more things to invest in, then check out this video that I made about the 8 things that you should never invest in. We covered the 8 things you shouldn't buy, This next video is 8 things you should never invest in. I'll put the link up here and in the description, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.